Planning a trip to Mongolia? Don't make these common cultural mistakes. From greeting elders the right way to what not to do inside a gur, these tips will help you connect deeply with locals and avoid those awkward missteps. Let's dive in. Welcome to Mongolia, land of endless horizons, nomadic herders, and rich traditions that stretch back centuries. In today's video, we're diving deeper into the essential etiquette tips every traveler needs to know before they set foot on the steppe or explore its vibrant cities. Understanding these customs will not only help you avoid unintentional missteps, but, more importantly, allow you to forge genuine connections and experience the warmth of Mongolian hospitality. From the simple act of saying hello to navigating the intricacies of a gur visit, these insights will enrich your journey. Let's get started. And in Mongolia, greetings are more than just a formality. The most common greeting is a firm handshake, accompanied by direct yet gentle eye contact and a slight nod of the head. The firmness of the handshake conveys sincerity, while avoiding a prolonged stare shows respect. You might notice that when greeting someone older or of higher social standing, the nod becomes a more pronounced bow, demonstrating additional deference. While saying "Baina Yu" is your go-to phrase for hello, remember to use it genuinely. Pay attention to the response. A simple nod or a verbal reply is common. When addressing people, especially in more formal settings or when you've just met, it's polite to use their given name followed by AA for men or EE for women. For example, if you meet a man named Bat, addressing him as Bata adds a touch of warmth and respect. Similarly, Bolor would become Bolor EE. Using only family names can create a sense of distance or formality that might not be intended, especially in initial interactions. In more professional contexts, you might hear or use formal titles, but for most traveler interactions, the given name with the suffix is appropriate. Mongolian society deeply values the wisdom and experience that come with age, and this reverence is reflected in their strong emphasis on hierarchy. Always be mindful of age and social standing in your interactions. When entering a room or a gur, it's customary to allow the eldest person or someone of higher rank to enter first. This simple gesture shows respect for their position. When sitting in a traditional circle, whether in a ger or at a gathering, observe where others are sitting. The honored guest or the eldest member of the group will typically be seated farthest from the door, which is considered the less prestigious spot. Conversely, younger individuals, or those of lower status, will usually sit closer to the entrance. If you are offered a seat, don't automatically sit down. Wait to be indicated where you should sit. This shows that you acknowledge and respect the established order. The act of serving drinks or food is another key area where this respect is demonstrated. When pouring tea, arag, or any other beverage, always offer it to the elders first, moving down in age or rank. Even a simple cup of tea passed around requires this courtesy. Similarly, when food is served, allow the elders to take their portion before you do. These small actions speak volumes about your understanding and appreciation of Mongolian cultural values. Gift giving is a meaningful way to build positive relationships in Mongolia. When visiting a local's home or gur, it's thoughtful to bring a small token of appreciation. Consider these options. Sealed dairy products like quality cheese or yogurt, which are staples of the Mongolian diet. Traditional sweets such as borsag, a type of fried biscuit, or arul, dry curd, which offer a taste of local flavors. For more formal visits or when you want to show particular respect, a khadag, a traditional white silk scarf, is an excellent choice. The white color symbolizes purity, respect, and good wishes. When presenting your gift, do so with both hands, offering it gently. This gesture signifies sincerity and respect. If you are offered something in return, accept it with both hands as well, showing your gratitude. It is generally considered polite not to open a gift immediately in front of the giver, unless they specifically encourage you to do so. Taking the time to appreciate it later demonstrates thoughtfulness and avoids any potential awkwardness if the gift isn't exactly what you expected. Sharing a meal in Mongolia is a communal and often intimate experience. If you are invited to dine in a traditional setting with a low table called a suitor, remember to remove your shoes before stepping onto the platform. This is a sign of respect for the home and the shared space. The dining process often follows a specific order. The host or the eldest guest will typically initiate the meal by taking the first bite or sip. Observe this and follow their lead. Meals are usually eaten with the utensils provided, which are often a spoon and a bowl. When you are offered more food or drink, it's polite to say "Ba'alala" before accepting. Don't simply reach out without acknowledging the offer verbally. If you are offered arag, the traditional fermented mare's milk, accept the bowl with both hands, take a small sip to show your appreciation, and then you can either return the bowl or finish it, depending on the custom of the household. It's generally considered polite to leave a small amount of food on your plate when you are finished eating. Finishing everything might imply that you are still hungry and would like more. Visiting a Jew, the traditional nomadic dwelling, offers a unique cultural experience, and there are specific customs to observe. Always remove your shoes at the entrance and place them facing outward. Be mindful of the threshold. Step over it and never on it, as it is considered disrespectful. Inside the ger, the central stove is regarded as the heart of the home and often holds symbolic significance. Always walk clockwise around the stove. Avoid walking directly between people or between the stove and the head of the ger, which is usually opposite the door and considered the most honored space. Similarly, be very careful not to point your feet toward the stove or towards any elders who are seated. In Mongolian culture, feet are considered the lowest part of the body, and pointing them at something or someone respected is highly impolite. If you are invited to sit, wait to be shown where. Typically, guests will sit to the left or right of the stove, never directly in front of it unless specifically invited. Simple gestures like offering help with chores, if appropriate, and accepting offered refreshments with both hands will demonstrate your respect for Mongolian hospitality and the unique way of life within the ger. Attending Mongolian festivals and public ceremonies, such as the vibrant Naadam Festival with its wrestling, horse racing, and archery competitions, is a fantastic way to immerse yourself in the culture. When observing these events, it's important to be mindful of where you position yourself. Unless you have been specifically invited onto the field of play, always remain in the designated spectator areas. Avoid sitting on the boundary fences or walls, as these are there to clearly mark the arena for the participants. During events like wrestling matches, you might see athletes performing a salute. When they do so, it is a sign of respect to place your right hand over your chest as a gesture of acknowledgement. When performances or competitions conclude, it is appropriate to clap politely to show your appreciation for the participants' efforts. However, avoid loud whistling or heckling, as this is generally considered impolite in these traditional settings. In terms of general public behavior and dress, Mongolians tend to be relatively conservative, particularly in rural areas and when visiting religious sites. In cities like Ulaanbaatar, smart casual attire is generally acceptable. However, it's advisable to avoid wearing shorts and sleeveless tops, especially when you plan to visit temples or more traditional rural ger camps. Dressing modestly shows respect for local customs and values. Public displays of affection, such as prolonged hugging or kissing, are not common and can make some locals feel uncomfortable. It's best to keep such expressions private. Similarly, maintaining a respectful noise level in public spaces is appreciated. Loud or boisterous behavior, especially on public transport or in markets, is generally frowned upon. Being mindful of your volume and demeanor in public will contribute to a more positive interaction with the local community. And there you have a more comprehensive guide to Mongolian etiquette. Understanding and honoring these customs will not only navigate your travels with greater ease, but also open doors to deeper cultural understanding and warmer interactions with the remarkable people of Mongolia. If you found this expanded guide helpful, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more travel insights, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. While helpful, goodbye, and may your journey on the magnificent Mongolian steppe be filled with wonder and connection.